YouTube, what is going on? My name is Kevin, aka The Tech Ninja, and today I have a very special video for you guys. I'm comparing the iPad 4 with Retina versus the Oppo Find 5 versus the Nexus 7 2013 edition. We are comparing the screen today. It's going to be a great battle. Who will come out on top? Go ahead, make a prediction. Okay, as promised, I have the Oppo Find 5, the iPad 4 with Retina, and the Nexus 7 2013 edition. This is the exact same image, and it's saved to the device locally. It's a 24 megapixel picture, so it has a lot of detail. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at each one individually and see if we can see any differences. So the first up is the Oppo Find 5. All right, so let's take a look here. First, let's check out the viewing angles. As you can see here, these angles are pretty good. It doesn't wash out at a tight angle, which is really good to see in the screen. And also the colors on this picture look to be good as well. They don't look to be washed out at all. So let's get really close, get some fine details. All right. All right, so let's take a look at the shell and also the grains of sand. You can actually make out each detail of the grain of sand. It's not really clumped up, and each grain is actually in focus pretty well, and there's a difference in each color, which is really good to see in a picture. And everything just seems to look nice. The hue of the screen looks to be intact as well. There's not really much ghosting going on or anything like that. So we're going to head over to the iPad. All right, with the iPad, you can already see that it has a much cooler tone to the picture. Everything has a little bit more blue to it going on. And when we zoom up on the picture, each grain is individual, but there is a little bit of pixelation between the edges of all the grains. Very small, but it is there. There is pixelation between the grains of sand as well when we look here. But it's still a very sharp image, and all the grains of sand are individual. Now, if you look here where the picture is sort of out of focus, it sort of starts getting clumped up right here compared to the Oppo, where it is clumped up, but it's still individual. You can still make out each distinct grain of sand. On the iPad, the grains of sand get to the point where it's hard to tell where it begins and where it ends. But still, it's still a great screen, great picture on here. It's more blue when it's cool, and it's more orange or red when it's warm. And this is pretty much in between. Now these grains, I can zoom in a little bit further. These grains here are extremely sharp. Even zoomed in all the way, we can make out each individual grain. I mean, you can see this one right here, and it's actually very impressive. And each grain is individual. Is it called grain when it's talking about sand? I don't know. But yeah, it's yeah. When we go here where it's kind of out of focus, we can still make out each individual grain of sand. I mean, literally, you can see each one individually. And now if we look at the whole picture, it is a bit cooler than the Oppo, but it's more warm than the iPad. And I'm not sure which one represents true life better, because I did take the picture myself, but if I were to guess, I think the Oppo colors are better than the Nexus 7. Just offhand, I think the colors just look a little better. It's a warmer picture, but I think this is how the picture originally looks. And this is kind of a cooler tone to the picture. And now back to the iPad. The colors on this picture look to be extremely good as well. And it has, I would say the colors are a bit deeper. It's cooler and it is deeper, where it seems like the shadows are cast a bit better. So in my opinion, it just depends on which type of image you're looking for. It's hard to say the overall picture which one looks better, But as far as when it comes to detail, I think the Nexus 7 just overall has a better detail when it comes to these pictures. But as far as just looking at it from a top view, it's really tough to say. It just depends on what you're looking for. As I said before, the iPad has more of a cool tone, and the saturation looks a little bit better as far as the shadows. And when the image is darker, it has more detail. The Apple Find 5, I think overall has just the best picture viewing it. And the colors are a bit warmer, but I think that gives it just a better image. And the Nexus 7 just has extreme detail when you get down to the fine pieces of grain, and the color is somewhere between the Apple and the iPad. At this point, we're going to play a YouTube video from the exact same video on all three devices, and I pretty much got them in somewhat the same spot. It's maybe a couple seconds off or so. But one thing I want you to notice is that the iPad does not feel full screen because the aspect ratio, I can't say that word, the aspect ratio is not a normal ratio. These devices are 16 by 9 and the iPad is apple by apple, if you will. So right now what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and play these videos on all three devices, and we're going to compare each one individually and also collectively as a group. So I'm going to try my best to get this on all three at the same time. Oh, that was terrible. Oh, that's bad. All right, so we can already see that the iPad in the middle is, you can say washed out a little bit. It's a lot brighter of a picture. Right here, you can see that it's more blue. The buildings have a kind of a blue glow to it. And if you look on the left, which is the Nexus 7, you see that everything just, it seems like it has a lot more detail. You know, the wasted screen real estate really bothers me. It really has this letterbox mode that I really don't like. I mean, you're not missing any detail, but it's just, you're wasting some of this large screen. To you, which one looks better? Right now, I'm really enjoying the way the Apple looks. The Nexus 7 looks extremely well as well. And you know what? It's really hard to differentiate between these two as far as what looks better. I mean, I can pick and choose minor details, but to the naked eye or to the eye looking through a computer screen, which is going through my camera as well, it's really tough to tell. But me just looking at it directly, it appears that the Apple, as far as it has a warmer temperature, and it looks just like a more natural picture versus the Nexus 7, which looks extremely good too. It is natural, but it looks a little bit dull, like it doesn't have that pop to it. And some may argue that's more natural, not having the pop to it, because real life doesn't have a pop. Or some could argue this right here looks more natural because it does have that visual pop. You know, when you go outside in real life, you're not like, wow, these colors are great. These colors look awesome. You don't really do that. But I think when viewing a device or you're watching a movie, you really want those colors to stand out. On the other hand, the iPad 4, with Retina, by the way, you know, it looks good. It looks great. Don't get me wrong. This is a fantastic screen. And if you weren't comparing screens side by side, you may not notice it. But it just seems a bit dull to me. Who knows? And this could be true life color. This could be how things look outside if you were to go outside. Because as I said before, color doesn't really pop when you go outside. So in comparison, this could be a more natural color. But for my viewing pleasure, I do prefer something that pops a bit more, something that really grabs your attention. Because when I watch TV or watch a movie, I really want the colors to pop out and grab me without being distracting. And hey, could be me, could be you. As I said before, it's really just tough to judge which screen looks better. It really just depends on the person and what they're looking for. You know, I have my opinions. I really felt that when looking at that picture, the Apple just looked good, but I thought the Nexus 7 had better detail. Looking at something in motion, you really can't focus too much on, you know, minor details because it's always moving. But I feel that the Oppo just still, to me, just looks really, really good. The colors pop really well and it's not distracting, and it just looks extremely good. It's and like I said before, guys, it's a crapshoot on which one you like better. And some may argue that the iPad has more natural colors, and I can see that argument, and I may agree with that argument. It does. It may have more natural colors, but I'm looking for something that just looks good to my eyes. So, guys, it's just my advice. Just want to show you guys the difference, and you can honestly make your own decision because I'm not really like, oh, this is the best. These two are garbage. No, I'm not doing that. I'm just picking the screen that I find more appealing to myself. That is it, guys. If you have any questions, please let me know directly. My name is Kevin, aka The Tech Ninja. Make sure you subscribe to my channel because if you are subscribed, I do a lot of giveaways and I do videos pretty much once a week on this page. And also check me out on xdadevelopers.com and XDA Developers TV. I am over there as well every Tuesday. All right, guys, that is it. My name is Kevin. Oh, I already said that. All right, see you. Bye.